Hey guys, so today we are going to be talking about
if a picture paints 1,000 words. So if you're interested in talking more about that,
It's gonna be so bad. Okay.
then keep watching. Okay, so first we're just going to be asking the question, does a picture paint 1,000 words? And I personally would have to say yes. I think any picture definitely has the potential to paint 1,000 words. And I was talking to my cousin the other day and she thought like no, but I guess she was more gearing towards like depending on the picture, or she also said that she thinks if a picture paints 1,000 words then like you're forcing it. But you know, I definitely have like I can definitely agree on that, but then also disagree.
I wish she could be here with us today to explain further what she meant. Because I have some like kind of different opinions, but then like same opinions.
Either way, we're just gonna go ahead and get started in looking at our first picture, which is a
Plain field with a dirt road, blue sky. In the distance, it looks like there's houses. There's definitely some trees, just rolling hills.
To me, this picture is very boring. I think to most people it would be. And so I think looking at this picture, I can't at the top of my head just be like, oh, this picture means so much to me, and like continue to talk about it. If I were to have to write about this picture, I would have to bring in my imagination in like what this picture could mean or symbolize, or what story it's telling, because I also don't really have any background knowledge, or this picture doesn't include any context. So this picture for me does not paint 1,000 words, but I definitely think it can if I were to think about it more and if I had to come up with 1,000 words. So we're gonna look at our next picture, which is Columbus. And I don't know if this is when he like arrived and discovered America, but for me, I think this picture can definitely paint 1,000 words. For most people, I think a lot of people might think that this picture symbolizes like freedom, or like symbolizes America and how it was discovered and like all these great things. And then for someone like me who's Native American, I think it does the opposite. It like has a negative connotation. So when I look at this picture, I definitely think that like my first thoughts are like, oh, that's Columbus. Yeah, he is said to have discovered America, which like there's obnoxiousness to that. And I also think of like the generalized history that we're taught in school, and just the false narrative, which I almost feel like it's not even a false narrative. Like it is positive, like a positive thing for settlers. And
where did Columbus come from? Like,
for someone who roots back to like my ancestors being from America before it was America, and Columbus coming to America and discovering America, I could definitely write about that. I could write 1,000 words about that. And this picture does say a lot. Not a lot of good things, but it says a lot. And so with that being said, we'll just go ahead and move on to our next picture. I think this picture for most people doesn't paint 1,000 words. So like when we were looking at the field, for most people that doesn't paint 1,000 words because it's a boring picture, versus this picture, I think for most people doesn't paint 1,000 words because they don't have any background knowledge on this picture and they don't really know what they're looking. But for me, this picture, even more so than the previous picture, definitely like 100,000% paints 1,000 words. If I were to be assigned an activity where I had to like write a journal entry, free write about this picture with a minimum of 1,000 words, I could do that in a split second because I'm Native American and this picture is of Native Americans and it dates back to the time period when Native Americans were put in boarding schools, when they were abused in these boarding schools, when they were colonized in these boarding schools. And as you can see from the picture after like me describing it, because like it might not be something that stands out to you at first glance, but their hair's cut off, and that's a huge thing that you know, it definitely hits close to home. So like with this picture, it paints 1,000 words. It has a lot of meaning to me. It's also like brings me emotions and passion and all different types of things. And when looking at the other picture, I'll insert here, that one was like more like it doesn't relate to me in like such a, like it paints 1,000 words, but I definitely have to think about it more. I have to think about the time period because I'm not super familiar with that type of history. I am very familiar with Native American history, but like when it comes to Columbus and like where he came from, who he is, other than the fact that he discovered America, and I don't really like, it doesn't bring positive vibes when I think about it representing freedom. And then we look at the first picture. That picture is very bland, boring. I can't think of 1,000 words for that picture. If I had to, I could, but I don't think of 1,000 words when I see that picture. And then our last picture, I definitely can think of 1,000 words easily in a split second. So that, I guess, kind of concludes our discussion. So we just basically talked about, does a picture paint 1,000 words? I think yes, it can. I don't think all pictures instantly bring 1,000 words or bring like meaningfulness or emotions or connections, but I think a picture can paint 1,000 words. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. Don't forget to like this video, and I hope to see you all next time. Bye guys.